Yeah. That's nice. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so this is Silver Workshop 3. What we went over last time was we did the follow-up binder, and we did the DMO, and let's see, I had it up here. Oops, dang it. Did you guys, was there any mixers that took place last pay period? You guys can unmute yourself. Did any of you guys have mixers? Let's talk about. I don't think I saw Bill sent me his calendar, and he sent me his follow-up binder. Did you guys all make a follow-up binder or have one made already? Lindsay, I know you've had one made. Israel, did you make one? Israel, I unmuted you. Or you're muted.
Can you repeat the question again, please?
Did you do a follow-up binder?
I'm sorry, I'm having a bad connection. You might be able to hear me, but it's all. Let me switch positions here in the house. Hold on.
Did you guys? Did anybody have a mixer last week?
We didn't. We had our follow-up binder made a couple weeks ago already.
Okay.
But we didn't host a mixer.
Right.
Last week we didn't. The week before we had one on the schedule, but it was a no-show. So.
Okay. So when you guys are Lindsay up, when you guys are, inviting to the mixers, how many people are you guys inviting typically? Just people you're talking to, or?
I'm trying to think of how many I invited last time. I probably, gosh, I don't know. I'd say at least 6 to 7 are how many I invited to the last one. Typically, I know I try and reach out at about 10, just because I know the vast majority are going to be no's.
Okay.
Or, like I know that you have, I think, isn't the rule of thumb like for every 10 you'll get, 2 or 3? I don't know.
Yeah, 2 or 3 usually. When we look at the daily DMO, and I guess I haven't been hosting. I've let Bill's been hosting, and I've brought people to Bill's mixers. But the other thing is how with those people that you're inviting, any of you are inviting. I know Bill's done a lot of one-on-ones. They've got people over. With Israel and you, are you guys getting, doing one-on-ones or prior to the mixers, or?
I haven't, honestly. Now I can hear you better. I haven't done a mixer here. I just, sorry, I'm just pissed off right now. So I just, no, I haven't done any mixers. I haven't got anybody. People are just brushing me off right now. So I'm in,
Okay.
trying to look for new people to call and contact, and just circle back to these people who don't want to hear about me from me right now. So, so that's where I stand right now.
Okay. What did you guys think about the three-way calls that we did, the practice that we did?
I liked them. I thought it was great practice, and I haven't had to do
And fucking connects.
too many, like too many for individuals, so it's great, being the host and doing it. The inviting I'm comfortable with, so it was great practice, I thought, for myself.
Yeah, and I thought you did a really good job. What about Bill and Israel? What did you guys think?
I thought it was definitely good to practice. Definitely felt like it was good to, stay fresh and on top of it.
I personally,
You personally what?
no, I personally enjoy
Okay.
the three-way calls. It was, you get the questions that you ask, how you ask, things to ask, things to keep in mind. Um, you just want to know as much as possible from that other person. So it was good. I thought it was great.
Do you guys feel that you feel confident enough to be able to do a three-way call? To be the sponsor or to be the
Can you repeat the question again? Sorry.
yeah, do you guys feel confident performing the three-way call? If I were to call on you and say, hey, I have a prospect that I need to do a three-way call with, who feels that they feel confident being that three-way call person?
I do.
Okay.
I honestly think I work really well under pressure too, so a lot of times when it's like you guys calling, although it's great practice, sometimes I get a little more nervous than when I'm actually talking to the random, person. So, but I think it does help. It's a great reminder that when we did those. So,
Okay.
I agree with that one. I feel like if I'm talking to somebody who doesn't, really know me or know that much, it's kind of like they say, you're the expert. They're not gonna know if you forgot something. Only, so I get a little more nervous when I'm talking to people who know everything. So yeah, I agree with what Lindsay said.
And I'll just say, just to clarify, there's nobody on this call, including me, that knows everything. So you guys I feel confident with you guys. I mean, I hope that you do. And again, we need to utilize each other in this, to build our teams. So you know we always want it to go, within our team, or within, our prospects to up to me or whatever. But we can all utilize each other, and I think, again, we each bring different product stories to the table. Um, I the one thing that I belief wise, I think that we can all work on, but especially, um, you guys, is just belief in your business story and what you have to offer from that aspect. Because if you're on a three-way call, and we definitely want to be able to put out, the business part of that. That's part of the three-way call, because we all know it's tough to bring up the business, necessarily on a one-on-one. Usually people start with a product. So when I call on Greg, or when I call on, you know, different people that do a three-way call for me, I'm wanting them to go into the business, usually even more than the product. So, um, just be strong with that, whether it's debt that you've paid off, or, the couple $100s a month that you've made. I mean, that's important. Um, so I guess that's pretty much it. Does anybody have, um, some wins? We're supposed to invite at least 5 people into the success system. Um, what were some wins from last pay period that you guys have?
I'm trying to think of some ones that I had. Because, I mean, I got some samples out, and I heard some positive feedback, but I didn't get a ton of sales. So it was kind of depressing. But I thought Jason Israel did an awesome job, and I saw, you know, there was potential for some good override on my side of things, but unfortunately, I wasn't able to capitalize on it. So, guess I didn't have a whole lot of wins last week or last pay period.
Okay. Bill, what about you?
We had 2 new distributors sign up, and one to get a discount on product, one was Nikki's brother. He's actually out in Idaho. He's in the Air Force, so he's hoping to get some of his guys intrigued too by the products. And then I had a buddy here in town who was looking to increase his performance in the gym, so he signed up as a distributor and ordered a 24-day challenge, and he's gonna be starting here in the next couple days. So.
Okay. Did Jim ever start yet?
What's that?
Did Jim ever start yet?
Yeah, he has not.
Guy's gonna kill me.
Wow.
Okay. So when I want to go back to Nikki's brother that's in the Air Force. How did he phrase? I want to introduce it to some of the guys, or did he not say that, or is he there?
He talked about it because when he first, because I really promoted the discount when he was ordering, because he was looking just to get some meal replacement shakes. That's all he was looking for. He was like something with a little more protein, kind of a quick meal on the go. And then I promoted, getting the discount on it, save some money on, his future purchases and stuff. And then I told him, he's getting 3 free boxes of Spark with it, and he's loving that stuff right now because he just got it like 2 days ago. It would have been. And then he's like, everybody up here in the Air Force, they're all into that fitness stuff, and they're obsessed with, working out. And he's like, I just, he's like, maybe I'll share this a little bit with them and get them guys on it. So he just kind of just, made the statement. How much he's actually going to do it, I don't know. And then we're promoting Success School with him too. And he said to come back to him in about a month or so, see where he's sitting. And he said it sounds like a blast, so he might join us at Success School.
So Bill, if I said, there's guys out here that I could promote this, or that I would share this to, what are you, as the leader, what are you gonna do to help that?
Basically, have them make a list and see if we can get him or get his friends or whatever, get him sampling some product, and then hopefully get him on the phone with me.
Okay. What does he know about the business right now?
Not much.
Okay. What does he need to know to learn about the business?
Get him on that webinar.
Yeah.
Champions webinar.
You gotta, you want to kind of lead them through, or lead him through the process of how he would introduce it to somebody else. Because right now it's like, okay,
it's like sample
sign up. I'm signing up for the discount to get meal replacement shakes. That's all he knows how to do.
Gotcha.
So if you say, hey bud, I don't know if any of those guys will be interested. There's a lot of people that are in the military that use Advocare as extra income and at least try to get a higher, they want to get the 40% discount. Um, you know, take a look at this, Champions webinar so you can kind of get an idea, because this is how you can share it with others. And then you can keep following up with them from a standpoint of who can we share that webinar with. So you want to get him to watch it, and then, when you follow back up with them, well, who do you think, who do you know that would possibly be interested in knowing more about Advocare, and then help him share that link with other people. And you can do that with anything. You could do that with Champions webinar, the advisor movie, 24-day challenge, doing the performance website. Like, he doesn't know the tools, so you have to show him what the tools are. How do you sample it to other people? How do you share it? Because right now he's going to do exactly what you've done with him so far. So I think we need to think about that when people are saying, I want to share, or there might be people that might be interested. Okay, so but they don't know what to do. So you kind of have to share that with them, and then be like, okay, well, this is the process that you do to share it with them. Who are you thinking about? Okay, let's share. This person likes to work out, is really into fitness. Well, hey, share. Let's share Champions webinar and see what they think. Can you share a Spark with them and Champions webinar, and then you have to talk them through that process. They're just not naturally going to do it, and through that. So, remember that when you're going through. Israel, you had some pretty good volumes. What were some wins that you had last pay period?
Can you hear me well?
Yep. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. It's just honestly I cannot hear you guys very well, but yeah, some of the things that we did was that one of the distributors in Florida, she we constant talking to her how she's doing with the products. I've been following up on her, and then we finally not finally, honestly, then she got interested in the 24-day challenge, and then so she got the 24-day challenge. But not only that, but it's just mostly also what I'm interested to is in the wins for the future with her, because I also explained to her what this can do for her as a for her to gain some money doing this. So she ordered 24-day challenge, and she talked to her sisters and her mom. They're interested in it right now. Her sister now, one of her sisters also is interested in doing it, and one of her best friends wants to do it too, and they live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So I'm like, wow, this is where Advocare was born, and I'm here, these two persons from Dallas want to do the 24-day challenge, so I'm looking forward for that. They said they want to start it next Monday, so I have to follow up with them this week too. So that could be another possible wins for us coming up. And then my also distributor, he was interested in the products. For some reason, he was not interested in the business, but all of a sudden he was talking to a friend of his. His friend is interested, so I'm hanging on, waiting to hear from him. I did reach out, but it was mostly that, just people, with the little people that we have on products, they being, getting their orders in.
Perfect.
And hopefully the future will be even better as the word spreads out.
So the person you have in Florida, how are they doing on the 24-day challenge? What are they have? They just started. Did they get some results?
No, they actually on day 13 today.
Okay.
Day 11 was Saturday.
Okay.
I've been following up with them all the way through. With the help of the guide, 24-day challenge guide is very helpful.
Mm-hmm.
makes it easy for me to follow up with her what day she's in and been constantly following her. And she had great results. You know, she's loving it. She said she quit coffee. She said she didn't believe me. She thought I was bullshitting her for selling. I wanted to sell the product. She told me, you know what, amazing. No coffee after day 3
Awesome.
and a couple of days straight through. So she's loving it. She's feeling great, and you know, I'm
Has she
glad that
lost,
it's working for her. I'm actually very happy that it's working for her.
has she lost weight? Has she lost weight? Hear me, Israel? Did she lose any weight?
What's that again?
Did she lose any weight?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Uh, the way that I haven't heard from Wade yet. I did, you know, ask her to measure herself and weigh herself, but she
Okay.
said that most important, the energy that she's feeling.
Okay.
It's amazing, and she's loving the additional products too, like the Catalyst and the Carbies. So, because she's a baker, that's what she makes her living out, baking cakes.
Okay.
Um, so,
Well, and then, again, just like
and
Bill.
I'm sorry if I cannot hear you. S- I hear of when you're talking. Sorry.
Okay. Um, well, just like I was saying with Bill, just make sure that, her friends that want to get on the 24-day challenge, that you're, using the 24-day challenge movie, that type of thing to share with them. So use those.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Okay.
I was just ever since you said that, I just started messaging Nikki's brother, and I sent him the webinar. Check it out hopefully tonight, and I'll follow up with him tomorrow.
Perfect. Okay, so we'll move on. So tonight, the biggest thing we're going to go over purpose, mindset, some of the new tools that are in here, the success system, and kind of a blueprint of how you get distributors started. And remind me at the end if I don't show it. I want to show kind of the roadmap that I've been using. I know I've shown it to Bill, I think, but I want to show it to you guys, and I'll put it out on the site that you can kind of utilize. So your purpose, okay? Why are you going to employ yourself? It's not easy. If it was easy, everyone would do it. Again, you need to have a purpose, and you need to have a strong purpose in order to make this work. So, part of your homework this week will be, coming up. I want you guys to email or post on the Silver Leadership Your So That statement. And we'll play that video here.
We do AppleCare so that we can be champion parents to our kids and champion spouses towards each other.
And so that we can provide this incredible opportunity to other families as well.
We do AppleCare so that we can have just complete time freedom for ourselves, for our daughter, that we wake up every day and design our day, and that we can bring so many other people into that freedom with us.
So that my husband can come home from a construction job that he's been working for 30 years and retire at the end of the year, and we can help pay for our daughter to go to college and have financial freedom for our family.
I do Advocare so that I can duck hunt anytime I want.
I do Advocare so that I'm not an MIA dad, but I can be an MVP dad.
We do Advocare so that our family can have freedom, and what that means for us is time with our children and financial freedom, but also that we can be difference makers in this world for other families, helping them find their freedom.
We do Advocare so that we can be free and to be able to do whatever we want as a family and just to bless others. We do Advocare so that we can have total freedom of choices.
So that we can invest in our children, build champions, change our community, and bring a message of hope to this great nation.
We do Advocare so that we can retire my wife from her corporate America job.
So that our family can have time and financial freedom to be able to do mission trips as a family.
We are doing Advocare so that we can have financial freedom.
So that we can have opportunities for our family and leave a legacy.
And above all, we are doing Advocare so that we can provide hope and freedom to families all across the country.
So I think it's important that not only we know each other so that, but also that when you're talking to, let's say, Bill, you're talking to Nikki's brother, or Israel, you're talking to the distributor that you have down in Florida, to know what their so that's are, and if it is from a business standpoint, what is that? What is that amount of money that would make a difference, or what is their purpose for even wanting to share it with other people? If they're doing a 24-day challenge, what is their reason for doing a 24-day challenge? How much do they want to lose? What's their energy level prior to? You have to know. You have to dig in and find out there so that. So, this training is, if you want to get to silver, just know all the so that's of all your distributors and the people you have on product. If you do that, you're going to build other people, and you're going to build other leaders in through there, because they'll have a purpose for why they're sharing. And again, it could be just sharing the 24-day challenge. It could be just a sharing spark. But you gotta know that. 2-10-90. This is kind of a formula you guys have probably maybe heard, maybe not. But I think it's important that when a person looks at this from a business standpoint, that they understand the investment, the time it's going to take to. You're basically setting expectations. So. I was always told, plan to invest 2 years. If you're not willing to give this 2 years, you're not going to get a true picture of what this can do for you. And really, it's a consistent 2 years. It's not, just do a 24-day challenge and hope for 2 years that someone's going to join you. But it's being consistent, sharing, doing the daily method operations, that type of thing. 4 to 10 hours a week. When I first started, it was from the business standpoint, I've always heard 6 to 10 hours per week. But I've also heard people that are really intentional with 4 hours, because that's all they had. But they were, on the phone, doing those daily method of operations. Anything that's on that daily method operations is, something worthwhile. 90 days, we work this in 90-day segments. It's basically 4 90-day segments in a year. And if you get intentional for 90 days, you'll see big payoffs out of that. So setting goals, 90-day goals, and then kind of reevaluating. Do not evaluate your progress in Advocare for 2 years. So, really what happens, there's going to be a lot of ups and downs. You're going to have people that join, do very well, 24-day challenge, you're going to have people, but it's going to take you 2 years to really, get an idea of building a team. So we talked about in the first, really all the way through this, your warm market. Okay, you guys have created lists off your warm market. What can you do beyond your warm market? Okay, so I guarantee you none of you have exhausted your warm market. I mean, I've been here 4 years and I have not exhausted my warm market. But there are other things that you can do. The number one thing that you can do is right up on top is asking for referrals. So anybody that's on product doing a 24-day challenge, trying a Spark, ask them who they know. Who do they know that wants to feel like they do? And literally, you can make a lot of money in this business by asking for referrals. Casual. This is like your neighbors. I know Bill and Nikki. Bill, why don't you come on and tell them kind of what Nikki has been doing? Because I think it's pretty cool, and I mean, this is definitely a way that you can build and introduce Advocare to people kind of secondarily, but
yeah, because that's the idea. But what we've been doing is, because you walk around the house, we're gonna have our stuff sitting out by the sink. We're gonna have the Rehydrate sitting there. Most of the products we take every day are just gonna be sitting out, and obviously we're always wearing the clothes or a hat or something. So, but what she's been doing is she basically made a list of all of our friends, couples, single friends, whatever, neighbors, family members that are close by, and we've just been inviting them over for dinner. Just call them up and ask them. Didn't mention a thing or whatever about Advocare or anything like that. Just said we want to get together with you guys. It's been a while. Let's just get together to dinner. We'll cook. You guys just pick a night and we'll write it down and we'll plan for it. Doing dinners, probably 2 dinners a week or whatever for the past 2-3 weeks now, and just kind of rebuilding the relationships with our neighbors, friends, families, cousins, whatever.
Yeah, and I think that's just, I mean, it's awesome, and even if you did that once a week or a couple times a month, just did that to rebuild those rebuild up relationships. I think it's an excellent way. And like you said, majority of the time during that, maybe hour and a half or a couple hours that you spend with them, Advocare is going to come up at some point.
Yep. We always make sure, we're always going to go mix up like a Rehydrate after dinner or something, or if they come over for an early supper, we might, shake up a Spark, or if they ask us, or we ask them if they want anything to drink, we tell them we have, bottles of water in the fridge, we have Rehydrate or Spark if you want it, we always offer every time. A lot of times they'll say no, sometimes they say, yeah, we'll try it. So, just always out.
Awesome. So, family and friends, again, and, friends of the family, those are, people, if you have, events or, in Mel's family, 4th of July is a huge holiday. So when we're up there, there's always lots of family that we only get to see maybe once or twice a year, and that's good times to reconnect and, share stories or share products with them at that time. Activities, sports and groups, get involved. in different groups or networking. Um, I went to our chamber, has a networking event called Business Connections, and I went to that last week, and just didn't even bring up Advocare, but collected a lot of different business cards and connected with people that I haven't talked to in a while, and looked for opportunities that a lot of times I'll just ask questions about their business, and try to get as much info as I can from them so that I can go back to them. And I usually don't do it at the actual networking events, but I'll go back around to them after the net and follow up with them like the next day with the email, and try to give a fit and share a spark, that type of thing, and plan another meeting. So that can be really good. Sports or activities. I know Lindsay will do runs or different workouts with people. I think that's great. I've done like a workout in the park where we had a community group that would just go work out in one of the parks, and that worked out well. Baby boomers, don't forget about our moms and dads and the older generation. They can, I think a lot of times we think about the people our age, but a lot of baby boomers are, one, they have money, and a lot of them are caring about their health, and there's more and more that I think from a business standpoint, there's a lot of baby boomers that they might be retiring now, but there's a lot that have maybe lost jobs or have been phased out of jobs and then are looking for something for some extra income, and they have a hard time finding jobs because they have experience and they want to get paid what they're worth, and a lot of companies won't hire older individuals. So I think you see more and more of them within Advocare. So X Factor, this is wearing your colors. You never know where you're going to meet somebody out in public that is going to ask, or drinking your spark in front of people, or taking your products in front of people, at the gym, people that you don't know. So always try to have something on that brands you. Services, so this could be a bunch of different things. It could be service projects, Relay for Life's. Like our local Relay for Life last year, I made a basket, an Advocare basket, and donated it to the Relay for Life. That's a way that you can sample some products. Usually the way I do that is I put a cleanse in there, and then I put my information on a card and say if they contact me, I will give them instructions on or give them some help with their cleanse, and also give them a free box of Spark if they contact me. Last year I did that this actually works in with a booth too. I did that at a booth and ended up signing up an advisor. So that doesn't always happen that way. In fact, many times it doesn't. Many times they never call you back. So you kind of have to, if you know the people running the booth or running the event or whatever, you can ask to see if they can find out the contact information of the person that won your basket. That can work. And booths are good. They're hit or miss. Really with booths, my goal always has been to make back retail what I had to spend in the booth. So if it's a $50 to have the table or whatever, I try to make $50 worth of product, and then I'm really just trying to find some people that are interested that I can, set up meetings, follow up. I'm just really looking to connect with maybe you have, 10 people or so, and that might be high that I can set up meetings with, or connect and follow up with. And there is, if you go to, Matt Warren's site, Dream Life by Design, he has different, there's some worksheets on there and some trainings on how to work a booth. I think those are really good. So the circle of success. So, it starts off with getting to advisor, which you guys know, but I mean, that's, you're working people from a prospect to a distributor or wholesale customer, or I guess a customer to a distributor to an advisor, and then a rookie bonus. So, you want to get them to advisor. You want to be working your product users to advisor. We have to have the belief that everyone is better off at advisor than, a wholesale customer. It's better at 40%. We know that, and we have to promote that, and through there. Part of getting to advisor, promoting that $500 order, and helping, like Lauren's group. She had 2 people that stacked to advisor. I talked to advisor I had 1 mixer with the 2 of them, and spoke advisor really strong. Right off the bat, promoted Ladies Alive, promoted Success School. I knew they were interested in the business, and I promoted it right away. And they both got to advisor really quickly. So you want to speak advisor with strength. I also promoted the rookie bonus, and we're not even a week into this pay period. They actually had distributors coming on last pay period, but this pay period they each have 2 new recruits, almost $500 a volume under those recruits. Both of them do. So they're working on their rookie bonus. And we have I'm doing, well, not tomorrow night, the night on Wednesday night we're doing a mixer at one of the, or an event at one of the salons for the employees. So and pinning silver, for you guys, that's where you're at. That needs to be your focus. Your focus needs to be on pinning silver, and then making leadership. But we have to pin silver first. This is what it kind of looks like. So get to advisor. How are you going to do that? Well, you need to have them watch the advisor movie. Increase movie is basically Champions webinar, and then the advisor movie. Then we go some training. So utilizing the success system, the 5 Ps foundation training, the Advocare business training. We're going to talk about those. Rookie bonus movie, and watching a make a list thing. You win your rookie bonus. Now, let's go back to Lauren's advisors. So I sat down with them, or I sat down with Lauren. We watched this. We did the 5 Ps training. We didn't do the Advocare business training because that wasn't out yet. She watched the rookie bonus. We promoted rookie bonus, success system. We're setting up the 5 Ps training and the Advocare business training with those 2 advisors to win their rookie bonus. As soon as they win their rookie bonus, we're going to go right into this silver workshop training. So I'll redo this with them. The pay period plan of action, retail sales compliance. We're actually going to go over that tonight. Working them to silver, and then onward. So, biggest thing, get somebody who wants what you want, get them to advisor, and then move through this system. So the 5 Ps foundation training, I mean, you can use this with anyone whether they are interested in a business or interested in product. I've taken a ton of people who were product users through this training. Start introducing them to the pay periods when they are, the purpose. So, if they're not an advisor, you may be just planning that picture. Hey, if we get you to the top discount, we have a plan that can help you make $500 extra income. And asking them, if Advocare was to give you $500, what would you do with it? You need to know that. That's kind of like they're that early on, is what they're going to do with their rookie bonus. Find out their purpose. What is their purpose? If they're product users, that might be to lose so much weight. If their income, maybe it's a early income goal. Get their that statement, and do there. Teach them how to package their story. So, Bill, going back to Nikki's brother, he's liking Spark. If he's liking the meal replacement shakes, help him do a 30-second product story so that he can, when he shares Spark with somebody, that he can share his story, and then, you're teaching them to get on the phone with you, to get on Champions webinar, that type of thing. But you need to walk through of what's their story. And then number 5 is people. Again, going with Nikki's brother, who are 3 people that he's thinking of right now that he would like to, or that he feels that we could introduce this to, and get him to write those people down or give you the names of those people, tell you a little bit about them, and then you guys can game plan on doing that. And for him, you can just say, hey, it's, this is the way we'll get you to 40%, because we'll get you to advisor. That's, even if you're just going to use these products, that's where you want to be. Why not get the biggest discount? You're using products anyways. Once they hit advisor, and you could do this if a person wants a business early on before they hit advisor. I'd go through this, but if a person's hit advisor and is at all interested in the business, we need to use this new business training. This is on the Dream Life by Design site. I'll put it on the Facebook page. It's phenomenal. Talking about the success system, sharing, how to share it with people, how to share the business with people. There's lots of different word choices there. It's really, really good. Picking out, when are people available to work this business? So if we're going to put out the 6 to 10 hours a week, where is that going to come from? Talking about the 5 ways we get paid, and planning out a Ruby paycheck. This gives you the worksheet to basically work out how to get to 3-star gold or Ruby, and through there, and having them actually fill in these top 3 lines with people they want to work this business with. So who can they put in there? And these are the 3 people you want to set up meetings with, 2-on-1 meetings. Okay. And one thing that I'm going to ask of each of you is I want each of you to do this worksheet, to actually go through, draw out where you're working the business. You highlight or marker in what time periods, and it may not be the same every day, but you can kind of give an estimate of where it is. Okay. Filling in the numbers here. Okay. You may have to watch a video if you don't know how to do this. Okay. But filling in these numbers, And then who are your 3 people that you're going to put here? Okay. And then we need to set up meetings with those 3 people. Okay. And I'm going to challenge you. I want you each to find 3 new people. So I'm sorry, Israel, but you're on your own because Lindsay's not going to put you as one of her top 3. You know, even though, you know, you are one of her 3, but, you know, Lindsay's going to find 3 other people. And Israel, you're going to do the same thing. So who are those 3 people that you're going to put in there? Okay. Retail sales compliance. Okay. Do you guys know where to, you know, I don't need to run through this, but do you guys know how to fill out retail sales compliance? Bill, you're shaking your head. Lindsay, I think you know how to do it. Israel, do you know how to do retail sales?
He was having a bad connection, so he might not
Okay.
hear you right now.
He kind of came back. But
Yeah, I know he's still on there, but he was messaging me because he was still getting some bad connection.
feedback. Okay. So that's fine.
I'll follow up with him if he doesn't know how to do it.
Okay. So retail sales, there's a part of your website, that you'll go to, and every pay period you need to put in 5 retail sales. Once you put them in, they stay in. This is not something that, you know, you can, you know, it's required that you put them in, and you do them every single pay period, but, you know, they just require that you do it. So, you know, that if you don't have 5 retail sales, you know, if you have 6 or 7 one pay period, you can, you know, use one the next pay period or whatever. But it's a way to make sure that, you know, we're not performing a pyramid scheme, that you're, you know, actually selling product. So, you know, anybody, if, you know, if they're buying a box of Spark off of you, or you know, a cleanse or whatever, you have to have their information, their name, address, phone number, email, that type of stuff to put in there. And then it keeps a list of your past retail sales, so you can just pull people up and put them in so that you have that. Social media, I think you guys are, you know, good with social media, but just remember, this is another thing that we have to train people on, especially early on, if they're going to do the business or they want to share with people on social media. You know, post success stories. You know, Israel, if, you know, post the results of your friend in Florida. You know, Bill, post the results of Nikki's brother, or you know, results of other people, which you guys have done. But I mean, those are things that you can put on your personal Facebook pages. Results of how people are feeling, that type of thing. Comment on fellow team members. You know, congratulate. I need to do a better job of that, but I try to give shout outs in through, you know, and really, you know, the recommendation from some of the upper levels are to promote, you know, 1 to 3 stories or shout outs per day, and 1 to 3 comments on others per day. Do not use the word advocate in your post. You want them to ask what they're doing. So, you know, say, hey, my friend, whatchamacallit, or, you know, Jim lost 10 pounds and is feeling great. You know, you want people to ask, well, how did Jim lose 10 pounds? Or, you know, made him feel great. I see, and this is in, you know, people that I need to follow back up with, but I see a lot of, not from you guys, but from other people that start the, contact me for more info. Um, I think if you're promoting a group 24-day challenge, that's fine. Um, I, what, but how can you word, if you post a 24-day challenge that you're going to do one, what can you say? What stories can you share that are going to get people to comment? And if they comment, then you can private message them. Do not answer questions on a wall post. Let them know that you'll inbox them and do so immediately. And again, it's different if we're on one of our private groups or whatever, but don't do it on somebody's personal wall, or if they ask a question to you, try not to comment there on your personal. Try to get them, talk to them. The moment you have that connection, or you find a first opportunity to introduce third-party credibility, make Advocare bigger than just you. I think this is important. This goes back to the three-way calls. It goes back to the, using the webinars. Give people the big picture. These are do's and don'ts. I think you've all seen in through there, so I'm not going to read through all these, but some of them that I see, if you're going to post something, make sure that you identify yourself as an independent Advocare distributor. That, if you put a photo like a group 24-day challenge or something, make sure that you put your name, on the bottom, and contact information. You need to be doing that. I know the rest of those are pretty self-explanatory. Again, you guys have seen that. I'm not going to reread them all. So silver leads and leadership. We talked about silver. This is just a recap. You must be an advisor. $3,000 of PGV under that advisor, and you need a personal PGV of 1,000, and you must do it 2 pay periods in a row. So again, you guys need to be striving. You guys need to be hitting the PGV of 1,000 at a minimum and through there, because again, that's what, when I send out the pay period recognition, your distributors that are on those sites, or business builders that are on there, they need to see that you're hitting 1,000 every single pay period, because that's what they're going to look at as what to do. So they're going to do what you do. So if you're at 500 or 300, why should they do any more than that? So set your goals high. Set your goals for 3,000. Every single pay period, and go out and get that. Get people in the pipeline, and go out and get the $1,000 of PGV, because you're going to need that anyways. I mean, what's it going to feel like if you do have somebody go, and I've had this happen. There's a bunch of people on our team that could be at silver, could have been at silver, a while ago, but when they had people join and have volume underneath them, they didn't have any volume. So you got to get that $1,000. Leads. In order to get on leads, you must be qualified for the leadership team. This means that you have $250 of override for 6 months. You must be signed up to attend the next or upcoming National Success School, and you must be a distributor in good standing. I just got the leads program. I just got a new lead today. it seems like lately we've been getting leads quite a bit now. So I mean, it actually the last few leads, like they signed up today and they signed up right as a distributor. So I have to make a contact with him tonight and send an email out and you know, try to get him on the phone in the next couple of days here. So this is leadership. Again, it's leadership is to bridge the gap between silver and gold. It's $250 override. And you need to recruit one new distributor that also becomes an advisor during the same qualification period. So once you hit silver, that's the next stepping stone. Success School. We know why. Why Success School. Is it worth the cost? You guys know the importance of Success School, but think about how you're going to promote Success School to other people. I think that's the biggest thing. Paint that vision for what they're gonna receive, the training that they're gonna get, the business training that they're gonna get. It's important to be able to have them get in and be in the room. Okay, we all know that, and it's going to be important over the next couple months that we really promote. We're promoting Ladies Live now, but you're promoting Success School, Speaking with Strength, and going forward. And we have an awesome house. We know it's a great time. It's going to be good. So I want to show one more thing. Give me a second, and then I want to show this video. Some of you have watched it. If you haven't, it's about 30 minutes long. So some of you may not wish to stay on, but I really think that if you watch it, it's one of my favorite times ever from a past Success School. And you guys were at Success School last year, heard Jason Pennell, but this is another Jason Pennell speech, and he rocks it. So let me show you one other thing. Okay. Oops. There we go. So this is something that I'll post. Hold on. Okay. This is something I'll post on our silver leadership or in our group, but this is a new distributor roadmap. So I like this because I've used this now, over the last couple months and kind of perfected it. But this kind of gives it's kind of like that circle of success, but it really starts off, person enrolls as a distributor, and what do they do next? We want to get to advisor as fast as possible, so we can watch Advisor Movie. Who do you know? Identify top 3 people you can introduce Advocare with in the next 24 hours. book a mixer, put in the date, enroll in Success School, talking about that. Some business training videos that we have them watch, come up with the retail and business plan of action. Those you can find or ask me for. Follow the success system. And talking people about that. Invite 30 new people to watch Champions webinar. Come up with your first business appointments. And then, 3 new distributors, rookie bonus, silver. Again, you guys can start this at any time to revamp your business. So, what do you need to do? Well, you got to get, you start at the top. Just pretend you're a new distributor. What are you going to do? You got to do these, 3 things. Find, tour the 3 people that, it's kind of like what off that Advocare business training. Who are the 3 people that we're gonna talk to and set up, 2-on-1s or calls with those people. Get 30 people on product, or get 30 potential product users. Send them the 24-day challenge video, and then invite 30 people to watch Champions webinar. If you do those 2 things, figure out year 3, book a mixer with and send 30 potential product users the 24-day challenge movie, and then invite 30 people to watch Champions webinar. You guys will hit silver. I guarantee it. But it's, do you do that this pay period, or do you do that over the next 3 months? The quicker you can do that, the better it'll be. And the quicker your success will happen. Okay. So let me go back to the last thing, and you guys, if you want to stay on, I want to watch it again, so I'm going to watch it, but if you guys want to bug out, you can. But I love this thing, or this speech by Jason Pinnell. So anybody have any questions before I put this on?
Are you gonna post all of those, like the roadmap and the second page of the new distributor thing?
Yeah.
On the silver.
Yep.
Okay.
The business training, you mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And those you can also find off of Dream Life by Design. The Advocare distributor roadmap is not on there.
Okay.
Actually, there's one other thing I want to show you before I post this, or before I put the video on. Let me find it here. Where'd it go? This is another visual that I'll post for you guys. It's showing two things here, but hold on. I have too many. too many things on my screen right now. This is, I put out this little visual. I think it's good for you guys to see. I mean, it's something that I created, but I don't know if we show it to everyone, but you guys can go through of what are the ways, what are what does it look like through Advocare? Your journey, your end journey to Diamond through Advocare. What does that look like for somebody? So, we start down in the lower left corner, with a one-on-one, a story, sharing something, and then it could be a two-on-one or through a call or a mixer, or it could be a local event or a Ladies Alive and through there, and then they become a distributor. And when a person becomes a distributor, that's when we want to train on making a list, packaging a story, bulletproof shield. And you take up a distributor to an advisor. Once they hit advisor, they open up the rookie bonus, and the rookie bonus, and then National Success School. The reason National Success School is on there is because you can't make it to the next rung. Well, you can do leadership class, but you can't make it to silver or Advocare U without going to Success School. So, you're kind of stuck at this level, the advisor level, without going to Success School. If you go to Success School, now you could, anyone can do, I guess, the silver leadership class, but then you have the opportunity to, go to Advocare U or silver. Once you hit silver, then you have the ability to go to no limits. Once you go to no limits, you're going to probably make no limits before you make leadership team, or right at the same time. Then you'll have leadership team, leads, leadership plan plus, president's party. That's all the same thing. Then you're up to gold. So if you take Mel and I, we're up here. We're at that gold level. We hit gold last pay period. We're going to get 3-star gold. Once you hit 3-star gold, then between 3-star gold and ruby is when you get to go to leading edge. And ruby 6. Once you hit ruby 6 to emerald 9 in there, that's when you get to go to destination diamond, and then you have diamond. So you guys can kind of map out where are you on this list. Most of you would qualify for Advocare U, and you're trying to get to silver, and then you move up to the next line, and it kind of just gives you your goals going forward, and through there, and what it takes to get to that next level. So I like that. It just gives you kind of an idea where you're at and through there, and you can see this build. I look back at last year at this exact same time last year at my pay periods, which you guys can do that. You can, once you've been in a year, if you pull up your it's under one of the on your microsite, you can actually go back and look a year behind and see where what your stats were for how much override did you have, how much you can look at your past checks, and it's cool to do that and see where you're at. I was looking last year at the same time, and we were averaging 100 about 250 I guess, 230 to something in there, and now we're actually I think it was less than that. I think it was just under 200, and then of override, and last pay period we were at like 538 or something, or 534. So and you can map out the pay periods, and it's definitely it's doubled from last year to this year. So and the goal is to keep on getting it to double, and through. So, okay, I'm gonna play this. For those of you that want to stay on, again, it's about a half hour, so we're gonna go over, but I'll also post it if you guys need to go to bed. That's fine, but I want to watch it, so I'm gonna put it on, and I will talk to you guys later unless there's any other questions that you guys have. No. Okay.
No, good ear.
Okay, let me see if I can.
Are you ready for this? Oh, let me tell you, you have no idea what you're about to experience. This man is so full of passion and energy and willingness to do whatever it takes, but more than anything, that willingness to help other people become champions. Take a look.
We were in Ohio, Northeast Ohio, working as inner city youth directors and making about $25,000 a year. It was tough. Even in Ohio at one point, we were, and I don't know how to say it the right way. We were even on government support, government help. And in the city, 6 years later, to come to a place where now, because of Advocare, we're able to earn monthly what we used to make a year, has been life-changing, life-altering, and getting out of a mindset that says, I can't have this, I don't deserve it. So now I've earned it, now I can pay it forward.
Please help me welcome champion of all champions, platinum distributor, Jason Pannell.
Awesome. All right, sit down. That's a good picture. First time I've seen that. That looked good. All the way up there. But listen, stop. I see y'all walking right now. Stop it. Because I'm talking to you. We're not going to see you. Yes, go back and sit down. You ain't going to pee during my time. You should have already done it. We got for 30 more minutes. You can listen to GW talk for an hour and a half. You can listen to me for 20 minutes. So hold it. Because here's why. Here's what I'm here to do today. I'm here to talk to somebody, not about something. You see, oftentimes we come up on the stage and we train about a topic. We talk about something that's, about Advocare or just a real strong topic. I'm not here to do that. I'm here to talk to a person. And you might be sitting up there in the back. You may be over in the 2020 room. You may be a diamond. You may be a president of Advocare, because he's gone. But it's probably for him too. But you're sitting here, and I'm not so naive enough to think that you're all excited and energized. How many going on the Venetian voyage? How many of you hear you? No, you're not. Let's be honest. That's like 3,000 people. That boat would sink. But what happens when we leave from this place and we get home? What happens? Why don't we do it? I believe it's because of the way we think. And so what I'm here to do today, I'm talking to somebody. I don't know who it is. I don't know what your name is. I don't know where you're at, but you are here. This may be your third, fourth, or fifth school. This may be your third, fourth, or fifth year. And you come to this school, this 20th anniversary, and you said, okay, I'll give it one more shot. I'll try harder one more time, and just maybe Advocare is right for me. Well, I'm here to set you free today. I'm here to bring freedom to you from the expectations that you've placed on yourself. I mean, you look on the stage and you see these diamonds that look clean. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Look clean. I don't know what I'm talking about. Listen, you're gonna have to laugh. And let me explain something else too, is I am a participation speaker. I can't say, this ain't a monologue. I'm not here to talk to you. We're gonna talk to each other, so I need your participation. Because we could be here all night. The dinner's gonna start till like 8. I'm the last one. So you have to help me out a little bit. But I'm here to help you because many of you are asking this question, do I have what it takes? Am I a champion? That was rhetorical when I was... President Bush was getting it. You see me like this? Some clapping people. I'm going to tell you that right now. Y'all some clapping people. See? Some woo! But do I have what it takes? Can I build this? Again, rhetorical. We're gonna roll with this till we figure this out. The mindset, how we think determines everything. It's not sitting in this chair. It's not being here today. It's how you think. The mindset of a champion, what is it? Well, and I got my little iPad, so I feel so, and in my former life, kind of current, I was a preacher. So I got to have something to do like this with. It don't really mean anything, but I'm just doing like this, okay? Are you with me? One person. Now, hey, here's a mindset. Let me explain this to you. Now, you want to write some things down because I'm going to go fast, and I don't have a lot of time. But I want you to write these things down. What is a mindset? We need to establish that first, because we hear that term thrown around a lot. The mindset, what is that? The way we think. It's very easy to mindset, the way we think. But now this is my definition of a mindset. Now, I graduated high school with a 1.9 GPA, so I don't know how real this is going to be. But so what? I'm up here. Slow kids can do it too. Woo! So, look, a mindset is this. Here's a mindset. You ready? It's a conviction that is validated by an action. How simple is that? A conviction that's validated by an action. So let me explain this to you. I believe I have a conviction or a belief that if I'm going to be a double, dog, triple, quadruple titanium distributor one day, that I have to be, and I sell elite nutrition. Now, this is my belief. And I sell elite nutrition. I have got to look the part. I have a belief that I'm going to put great products in my body. I'm going to work out hard. I'm going to eat right. I'm going to take my vitamins. And I'm going to do all the things I'm supposed to do because this is who I represent. I'm not going to come up here sloppy. If I'm going to say I sell elite nutrition, some of your business isn't growing because you just don't look the part. Now listen, see, I'm going to back up. I got to tell you my strength. Y'all doing strength finders? How many got strength finders? My number one strength, this is not even on there, I made it up. I'm an agitator. I say the things that everyone else is thinking. So, but listen, I've been eating on this message, this word that I've got, I've been eating on it since November. So I've already had my fill, and so I had to bring it to you. So whatever your belief system is, whatever it is that you're believing, about your family, about your job, about your career, you act on it. Your actions every day says that. You love your wife and kids, you prove it by how you act. You want to build your Advocare business, you prove it by what you do. But here's the thing. You can take on a certain mindset so long that it becomes who you are. That maybe there's a mindset that says, well, one day I'm going to be a diamond, but right now I can't because of X, Y, Z. And all of a sudden you are becoming that negative mindset that you didn't really intend to, because we often adopt mindsets to get us through some tough times. You understand what I'm saying? We adopt these things. We're going through a tragedy, going through some circumstances, going through tough times. That video ain't lying. 7 years ago, listen to this. 7 years ago, we were on WIC. Anybody know what WIC is? Let me hear my WIC people. Anybody? Nope, but now, it's the last time you're going, woo, over WIC, okay? I can't tell. I still got boxes of Cheerios. I'm still eating it. Cheese, like Crown ain't eat cheese no more. 7 years ago, and last month made a lot of money. But the mindset, you can take on a certain, but here's the thing, I never once said I was going to be that person. I never adopted the thought that this is my life. This is the way it's going to be. I clean gutters. I would refinish bathtubs. I don't even know how to refinish a bathtub. Me at Home Depot, that's just crazy. I don't even belong in there. What we do is we allow ourselves to take on, here it is, a lesser mindset. Many of you have got these crazy expectations. You look up on the stage and you see all these people, and you think Danny McDaniel's got a white stallion parked out there with a white robe. He took it off and came up here, and we all kissed his ring when he walked in. Like he's the most interesting distributor and advocate. He once held a no-show mixer on purpose. It's the truth. Spark gets its energy from Bob and Jenny. But don't want what I've got until you've walked where I've walked. Because I don't know if you can handle it. I'm going to tell you this, I don't know if I can handle what you're going through right now. But that's your journey. That's where you're at. Don't take on a lesser mindset thinking that that's not what you're supposed to have. Don't take that on. Believe for something bigger. But don't beat yourself up and go, why am I not a rising star? Why am I not up there? Why am I not having success? I've been talking about this for so long. I talk to everybody. And nothing seems to come out of this. You know what a lesser mindset does? Even for a moment, it creates a self-centered focus based solely on our deficiencies and how we measure up against everybody else. And oftentimes what we try to do is, and in preparing this, I thought, what is a mindset? You know, how can I talk about the mindset of a champion? And I got to come up with these acronyms and acrostics, because acronyms not really what you would come up with. It's an acrostic when you use words. And, my wife told me that. Stop saying that. That's not right. 1.9, so I got an excuse. But one word describes the mindset of a champion. That's it. There's not a big paragraph. There's not a big song that comes with it. One word. Greater. Greater. Now, you say, well, that don't make any sense. Greater, not greatness. I'm here to blow your mind. I just want you to stop saying you're seeking greatness, because you know what greatness is? It's a cop-out. When people say they're pursuing greatness, you know what they're really doing? They're giving themselves permission to fail, because greatness is never attainable. It's not. Greatness is the continual process of measuring yourself against other people. And that bar is always being raised. Greatness is unfair. Greatness is not even there. Big Shot Rob Horry and Michael Jordan both have 6 championship rings. Which one was great? Michael Jordan, the greatest of all time, of course, who I patterned my game after, and don't you dare laugh. The Wizards Jordan, because that's the one I had. But here's the problem. If we compare ourselves to Big Shot Rob, if the pinnacle of greatness is just championships or accomplishments, then Robert Horry and Michael Jordan are the same person. But it's not, because Michael Jordan's greatness was measured how he brought other people along with him. How he allowed other people to become greater. Now, he had to learn that. Your job and your business is to become greater. Not greater than me, not greater than the person sitting next to you, but greater than yourself, greater than you were yesterday. You need to be greater greater today than you were yesterday, and greater tomorrow than you were today. Now, how do you become greater? Here's what, and this is, Miss Becky, check this out. This came to me, and this blew my mind. And I was just like, greater is this. Greater is planting. I hear this all the time. I sacrifice to make my business work. You know what happens when you sacrifice something? It dies. You can't resurrect a dead thing. You can't grow a business that's dead. Because some of you are approaching your mixers, you're saying, well, I've been sacrificing all this time to be with my kids, to do my mixers. Wrong. The way you envision your business is you are now planting time into your business. You are now planting. You know who else planted? Charlie. He planted. His life was a planting. He was a seed that was planted. So all of this could happen. Now that's too good. Come on, you gotta help me out a little bit better than that. I'm about to walk over there in the 2020 room and they're crazy. Where they at? You got the sophisticated people in here. Listen to this. Struggling is not a detour on the road to your success. It's just a landmark. Your struggle right now. Your struggle in this business, your struggle with your family, your struggle with your kids, what you're going through at home. It's not it's not a detour. It's not preventing you from getting somewhere you need to be. It's the landmark. Because you're going to be able to come back to this moment and say, it was that moment that pushed me that far. It was what I went through right there. It got me and helped me become who I'm supposed to be. All right, that's just it. You know what else greater is? Greater is destiny, not destination. It's destiny. Greater is your destiny. It's not your destination. Your finish line. Stop chasing the stage. Stop chasing the pin. You'll get on that voyage when you begin to chase people. When you begin to empower people. It's not found in a pin. Your destiny is found in people. Oh, that's just, I'm going to keep going. Because I'm having a good time right here. This is all good right here. Here's the other thing. Destiny is the carrot. Let me back up. Destiny is the finish line. Destination is the carrot. We often pursue that carrot. We see what's right there. And that's all we go after. Stop chasing t-shirts for 3K. That's silly. If a rookie bonus ain't enough to motivate you, then you got some issues. I just don't know what I can do. You better figure it out. Because what's happened, there is a massive wave of momentum in Advocare. And you got two choices. Ride that baby all the way to your dreams or stand out in open water and let sharks eat you. Greater. Hear me out. Greater is contentment, not comparison. Guys, stop comparing yourself to each other. Stop looking at each other and saying, why isn't that me? It doesn't matter why that's you. Comparison is an enemy of contentment. Not saying you don't pursue yourself and you don't go and become more and become better and study and do those things. Not that. But when you look in the mirror and you go, why am I not over there? That's comparison. There's people that are leaders that stood on the stage for years and still do it. I'm one of them. It's easy to look up here and go, man, they're really good. They're really sharp. Man, why can't I do that? And we begin to compare ourselves to everybody around us. And we look at each other and go, well, why is this happening to me? Why does my wife have cancer? Why is my child wayward? I don't know. But greater says today, I can be greater than I was yesterday. That you wake up tomorrow and you love greater than you love today. That's it. Ask your children this. Ask your wife this. Say, baby, did I love you more greater today than I did yesterday? Because if the answer is yes, you're greater. The way you talk to your kids, what you say to them, they'll be honest. Ask your kids. Especially young. Eli is 7, just turned 8. Savannah's 6.5. And you ask them anything, they'll just be straight up honest. One time, Angela and I were having this really cool talk on the way to church. We call it intense fellowship. woo, we were good. And Savannah says, from the back of the car, she says, y'all need to go to both services. So we went to both services. But your kids will be honest with you. But guys, set yourself free today. Stop comparing yourself to everybody that gets up here. Comparing yourself to other people is like reading Hamlet expecting Huck Finn. It won't even make sense. Like, why did he stab that guy on the raft? It wouldn't even really make sense. Well, how do I become greater? Let me wrap this up. How do I become greater? How do I do it? Two things. Two things you do. Number one, making sure I got them in order. It would really mess up if I didn't get them in order. Here we go. Two things. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. You're not going to be embarrassed. Don't be afraid. Some of you are so afraid to talk to your neighbor. You're so afraid to talk to people at work. You're so afraid of what can happen because you go, well, Jason, what if I fail? What if you don't? What if you don't fail? What if you do get a rookie bonus? What if you do end up on the cruise? We're so afraid of being embarrassed. You know what's embarrassing? Trying to find a checkout line with the least amount of people so you can sign them WIC checks. And then everybody lines up behind you, and you kind of slide. See, some of y'all don't know what I'm talking about. Some of y'all do. And knowing that that's it, that you're providing for your family, but that's it. And as a man, that rips at your core. Like, why can't I be more? Why am I not more than this? Why? Because I'm comparing myself to other people. Don't be afraid. Walk out of this building this weekend and attack fear. Punch it in the face. Say, I will not be afraid. It doesn't matter what comes your way, you're not going to be afraid. Second thing is, don't hold back. Don't hold back. Holding back has got you where? Don't hold back. Because you're not going to come up short. You're not. This business ain't rocket surgery. It ain't. It really ain't. I know, I was just kidding. Don't hold back. Here's the last thing. Greater is a declaration, not a conversation. This ain't something you gotta go home and let me talk to my wife. No, you need to talk to her. Don't put your order in. Products on sale. Virtual office. Put your boss order in. She's been waiting on you to do something. See, listen at the ladies. It's a declaration. The Confederate Army, listen to this. The Confederate Army had a tactic they would use that they adopted from the Native Americans. Now, when we look at the Civil War, there were two. There was a North and a South, obviously. Now, the North was very industrial, modern day, very sophisticated, and the South was just some good old boys. Now, this ain't about who won and all that kind of stuff, because this ain't, they got nothing to do with anything. My point is not in the actual war itself. So don't get all offended. People would. They would use this tactic. And it was said that there were battalions in the North, there were 1,000 or more people who would hear this and would shriek. One soldier explained and said, I always said if I ever went into a charge, I wouldn't holler. You ain't in the South. You gotta holler. He said, but the very first time I fired off my gun, I hollered as loud as I hollered until every breath came out. Colonel Keller Anderson of Kentucky's Orphanage Brigade said this about the rebel yell. He He said, then arose that do-or-die expression, that maniacal maelstrom of sound, that penetrating, rasping, shrieking, blood-curdling noise that could be heard for miles, of whose volume reached the heavens. Such an expression as never yet came from the throats of sane men, but from men whom the seething blast of an imaginary hell would not check while that sound lasted. These men would go into a battle, raging, and they had no skill. They were fighting an enemy that was better than them, was bigger than them, was stronger than them, but one thing they had was this yell. Then it caused the North to just to shudder. They would just yell. Y'all wait on me to do it, right? I mean, and it would sound different. He was 12 like I just sounded. Then it would sound different. But here's the thing, is that Southern Army, they had children, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old, fighting this war for something they believed in. Well, I want to charge you today. We're going to do something that's going to set you free. But it's going to take your participation. I didn't come all this way to watch you sit here and let your dreams just go. Because you're going to walk out of here this day ready to attack whatever it is that's stopping you, ready to overcome whatever obstacles in your way, and ready to take whatever dream it is you've been wanting. There is our own version of a rebel yell we're going to do. A greater yell. Something that's going to charge you. Because here's what happens, is that there was a time in our business when we finally moved to Tennessee. I was lost. I didn't know who I was. And I went through this period where finally on the close, some goober didn't put their order in and we missed something. And forgive me if you're that goober. Actually, they ain't here. Figures. And I ran outside. Papa Jim, you might remember this. As I called him up, he gave me some good advice, but then I'm bawling my eyes out because I run out the door. And I don't know what's happening. I can't control this. I can't fix this. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, this isn't even me. And I'm battling this, and there's no corporate office. You can't go over and get spark. Oh, Drew Brees walks in. Oh, Jason Witten. I was corporate office. And I started running down the road, and I walked out. And I got to a part of the street where people wouldn't think I just lost my mind, but I didn't care. And I let out the, ah! And something just snapped. I'm serious. That's it. I've had enough. My wife needs more than this. My kids need me more than this. I don't know what I got to do, but I want to change this. And all I knew how to do was yell at that time. That's all I knew what to do. But with yelling and just letting out that scream, some of you need to just do something. What keeps you back more than anything is just that fear, that unwillingness to let go and not hold back. But I'm thinking that there's 25 or so thousand people here at Advocare, here tonight, that are ready for something different. I'm thinking that there might be somebody in this room. Do I have anybody in this room that is ready for just a little bit of change in their life? Do I have anybody that's ready to get up? Here's what I want you to do. Here's what I want you to do. Here's what I want you to do. I'm going to count it down from 10. And I want you to look at the person. See, diamonds are too sophisticated. They don't know what that is over there. They forgot what it is to be a silver. Come on. Come on. And we're going to call it the greater yell. And I want you to, when I get to 1, I want you to high five 2 or 3 people around you. And I want you to let out the loudest scream you can possibly let out. And when you do, something's going to break for you. Are you ready? Are you ready? 5. Think of your kids right now. Think of your kids. Come on, let me hear you. 3. Come on. Think of the job you hate. Think of that boss just gets on your nerves. You're ready for more. Come on. Here we go. Here we go. 1. Let me hear you scream. Come on. Come on. Get up. High five. Come on. Let's do it. Let's do it. vision. Catch the vision. Let me see you 2020. Let's go. Let's go. Look. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I'm out. See you. Thank you very much. Let's go. Come on. Get up. Let's do it.